Jai Shri Ram. Namaste. In this video, I am going to explain about the scientific evidence of the existence of the soul, which is beyond the body, through neuroscience. Okay, these conclusions have been given by Dr. Michael Egnor and Dr. Penfield and several other neuroscientists. Okay, they started their career as an atheist and also materialist. Okay, but after several years their view and perspective totally changed and finally they became dualist. Okay, the materialistic perspective is that the brain and mind are not much different. Okay, just the brain's activity is called as mind, but the dualist perspective is that mind and brain are two different entities. Okay, they are two different things totally, but they are in synchronization with one another and works together. Okay, like how we use devices like mobile or computer, in the same way mind uses this brain. Okay, for example, let us take a computer. It has some input devices and output devices. Okay, like a mouse, keyboard are input devices, and a monitor, speaker or output devices. Okay, in this, the user, that is we person, we operate the computer, we give information to the computer and we get information, right, through input and output. In a similar way, the soul, that is Aathma, which has mind. Okay, this mind interacts with the brain. It, the thoughts what we have, that is, for example, if we think that we need to move, then that thought that we need to move is being sent to brain, and that brain then activates the what you can say, for example, the brain which is linked to the legs, that gets activated and we move forward or backwards something. And when we see or hear something, for example, let us see a tree. Okay, I'm seeing a tree now. So when I see the tree, through these optical nerves I get that signals in the brain, and when certain part of the brain which is related to optics, that gets activated. Okay, the neurons get burst, then the mind actually reads this, and this mind acts as a screen like we see in this mobile or computer, the monitor. Then the user, that is Atma, perceives it. So the doer and perceiver, the subject is Atma, which is different from this body. So these two are totally different entities. This is what our Vedam, the Vedas and Upanishads in our Sanatana Dharma tells. The Atma, the self, who is I am different from the body. I am the possessor of body, but this body and me are different. The mind and me are also different. This thing is actually being proven by neuroscience now. Okay, as I told that Dr. Michael Egnor, Dr. Penfield, after conducting several experiments on several patients and several surgeries, they have come to a 100% strong conclusion with evidence. It's not just a mental speculation. With evidence, they have come to this conclusion that there is something beyond this body, and that is called as mind, and they called it as soul. Okay, yeah, we call it as soul, which comprises mind also. Self and mind together is called as soul. This is beyond this brain. Okay, it is not a material thing. This body, brain, everything are material. This is immaterial, the soul. Okay, the mind and the soul are immaterial. Now let us take one of the examples. Okay, that is they conducted several experiments and concluded this. Among them, one most famous thing, Dr. Penfield conducted this, and Dr. Michael Egnor also several times explained this. Okay, that is there is a patient. Okay, the person, the Dr. Penfield actually called him and asked him to raise his hand. Okay, so the person raised his hand, then certain parts of the brain activated. Dr. Penfield noted them, and this is the first case that the person raised his hand. Okay, second case is that Dr. Penfield activated that part of brain, then also the person raised his hand. But when Dr. Penfield asked him what happened, the patient, the person told that he didn't raise hand, the hand has been raised. Okay, In the first case, he told that I raised the hand. But in the second case, I didn't raise, but my hand raised. He just experienced the raising of the hand, but he didn't think to raise the hand in the second case. But in the first case, he thought to raise the hand and also the hand raised. So he said, I am the doer. I done this. In the second case, he said, I didn't do. It raised automatically. The patient said, because in the first case, the doer is the person. In the second case, the doer is not the person, it is Dr. Penfield. He manually activated. So in the first case, the doer is in the person's body only. In the second case, the doer is outside the person's body. That is the Dr. Penfield. So this clearly says that the user of this body brain, okay, who is controlling this and who is perceiving things through this, is different from the brain. It clearly has been proven. This is just one of the several experiments I've made. I have explained. So in this way, Dr. Michael Ignore, Penfield, and several other neuroscientists have proven that the soul, which is beyond this body, which is everlasting, which has no, what can say, death. Okay? Only this body dies. This body gets destroyed, but the soul, that is self, I don't get destroyed, because it is a fundamental entity. How the energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. This is a fundamental energy that cannot be destroyed at any cost. So this perspective that our Vedas gave is being proven by the neuroscience. And forgot to mention that René Descartes, who is a famous mathematician, and he is famous for his Cartesian coordinates that we use today in mathematics. He is not only a mathematician, he is also a philosopher, and he is a dualist. He also accepts that the brain and mind are different. I am concluding this video, and I am giving in the description the links from which you can further learn about this. Okay. Jai Shri Ram. Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanam.